Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Shaping Your Future. Now before I get started, I want to first thank you for all the responses to last week's video on how to explore the future of your industry. Now the recurring theme in your responses was this desire to see a specific example of how this is done. Now since these are short videos, I will run through one example so you have a better idea on how to do this. So the first step in this process was to select an emerging trend or issue that could disrupt business as usual for the future of your industry. Now, so let's take the issue of autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars. And this could have significant implications on several different industries. So I thought this would be a good one to start with. Now, the second step is to focus on society at large and away from your specific industry. And this is done in order to create the context for your industry later. So if our issue is self-driving cars, we would start by asking a specific question like, how might self-driving cars reinforce or redefine the concepts and ideas about the family unit? Strange question, right? I know, but this is how we start. And we start this way to explore the potential implications that a technology or trend may have on the future as a whole. So how do we answer that question? First, we evaluate our present-day relationship to cars or transportation and the role that plays in the family unit. Kids typically depend on mom and dad for transportation before they're able to drive, and then later they depend on mom and dad to give them permission to use the car so that they can go somewhere by themselves. Now, there's a progression you see here, a progression from dependence to independence. So then, the question we want to know is, how does the family unit function if the progression from dependence to independence is accelerated or eliminated altogether? You see, the point here is that in order to understand how the future may unfold, we have to understand how a trend, issue, or event fundamentally impacts the key areas of our society. Technology, trends, issues, that's not what shapes the future. It's our response to those things that shape the future. Now, what's important here is also to ask similar questions about other key areas like public policy, religion, education, natural resources, the economy, and the list of course goes on and on. And when you've explored how your trend or your issue impacts key areas of society, you then have the building blocks to create future context. And it's there that you can begin to identify where the potential opportunities and obstacles for your industry truly lie. Now, I know this is a quick example, and I'm sure some of you will still have questions. And that's normal. I expect that. And with that in mind, I'm excited to announce that later this year, I'll be launching a comprehensive online course in collaboration with the University of Tennessee on how to anticipate change and capitalize on disruption. Now, you'll be hearing more about that as we get closer to opening up the course for enrollment. Now, in the meantime, if you'd like to be added to a list, a select group of people to provide their feedback and thoughts on what the course and the content should be and what would be of greatest importance to them, please email me directly at jared@thejarednicholsgroup.com. And as always, I hope you found this to be of great value, and I encourage you to share this on social media or send the URL to someone that you think could greatly benefit from this as well. All right, I look forward to seeing you next week.